Hi, this is a video demonstration for the new multi-page feature in SchemeServe. This is one of a few videos that detail how multi-page works and some of the components of multi-page. This video will focus on the sum functionality within multi-page. The sum functionality is also appears in table questions as well, and they're very similar. So you'll see here that I've got a scheme. I have got a question that I've just edited. It's a multi-page question. I've gone to the multi-page tab. I've got a set of questions, and I've also got my two sum questions here. The first one is kilometre one, and the second one is percentage. You can see here that the actual interface is exactly the same as tables. So I've ticked the sum box here. And then I'm going to save that. Here we are, and then I'm just going to publish to get quote, and then I'm going to go to a actual quote. Excuse me. Here I've got my quote here. Just going to put in the company details, test, 39 Fabian Crescent. Oh, sorry, let's do that again. I'm going to put in my address, 39 Fabian, just for the purposes of testing. And I'm going to put in my sum questions. Now, before I go any further, you'll see at the bottom here that there's placeholders for those sum questions. And this is where it differs from table questions. For the sum questions in a multi-page, all the totals are shown at the very bottom of the multi-page question, and they're automatically calculated at the point in which the sum question is filled in. So for example, distance from beach, 100. Here we are. And the overall cost, which is a percentage question, which is quite important, I'll set that to 90. Now you may notice that at the moment I've got my questions are all red. And the reason for that is because the overall cost needs to be is going to be a percentage. So this percentage has to be 100%. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is if I put 100% here, which makes the validation go away, or if I set this to something in particular, and then set another page. I've just cloned my page actually, which is worth mentioning. You can clone a page by clicking on the book icon here. It's carried across my previous values onto a new page. And to show you that, I'm just going to put that to 40 instead of 39, and you'll see here you've got 39 and 40 Fabian Crescent. You see the distance from beach is 100 kilometers again, and you'll see my overall cost is 50%. Now you can also see that there's no issues with this, there's no problems, it's all fine. The reason for that is because the overall cost, which is percentage, is 100, which is right, and the distance from beach, which doesn't have any sort of limits on it, is set to 200. Obviously if I was to set that to the distance from beach again, you'd see that it's automatically recalculated, and that's now set to 300. Same thing with the overall cost, which is percentage. If I was to set that to 20, you then see that I'll have a problem because it doesn't total 100%, and as a percentage question needs to do that. You'll see here that you've got a little question mark, and the problem is it must total 100%. So what we're going to do is I'm going to set that back to 50, which now makes that question valid. There you go. So I've got my two questions. I've got my two submittals. In this case, it's to properties because I've laid my questions out as property questions. Could be anything. It could be vehicles. It could be anything at all. It could be mobile phones. But yeah, so you'll see that I've got my two submittals here, and you'll see that now that the questions are completely valid. If I was to, for example, put this, put a letter in here, so if I was to put T, for example, I'll get an error, and that error will be because it only allowed numbers. And you can see I've done that on the second page, and the same thing applies on the first page. and basically any page that gets created as part of a multi-page question. So again, do that. Again, you can see that happens as well. And you can see I've set that to 1, and you can see the total here is 101. Overall cost being 100%. Okay, and that's it for this one. Very short and sweet. If you have any questions, please give us a call on support, and we'll be happy to help. Thanks.